Yo, 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 yo. We are back again. Back again like we've never left.
Right, got that boy in the.
Setup is looking a little different today, you see? You see me?
Hey, I'm back in the crib. What up?
Yeah, we're back at the old stomping grounds, man. The old makeshift office studio. LT's back in town with family,
Yes, sir, in the dungeon.
in the dungeon where it all started. Kam Gee, how's it going over there in Dallas?
Hey, all good. I'm at the workplace. I'm still clocked in.
Oh man, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
We got good feedback.
Hey, great feedback. I can tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, but another episode of Who's Fighting. We are 34, so these episodes are adding up to those numbers. So
Oh yeah, we getting it.
just like a week or 2 weeks ago, we have a special guest, and I'll let Kam Gee do the honors of introducing our guest. But before further ado, let's bring our guest in and switch up our layout and do the right introductions.
So today we got on the show. We got Samuel Arnold, hailing from St. Louis, Missouri, fighting out of Dallas, Texas. He's a seven-time amateur champion, currently 10-0 as a professional with 6 knockouts. Ready to get in the ring and show the world his talents and why he deserves to be at the top of the sport one day, man. Welcome to the show, bro.
What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all for having me.
Oh yeah. So we got you. So we wanted to bring you on the show, talk about. I know you had a fight that recently you were going to have a fight in Canada, and there's some things happening there. But just wanted to get a little bit about you first, and just tell us a little bit about yourself for the people that don't know about you yet.
What's up, y'all? My name's Samuel Arnold the third. My ring name I go by S3. But little about myself, my accolades, like he said, seven-time national champion as an amateur. I was number one in the country 3 times as an amateur. Won our big tournaments. Ended up turning professional pretty young at 17 years old in Tijuana, Mexico. Then I built a pretty solid fan base here out in Dallas and, over the U.S., even in Canada and a few other places that I fought. I got a record of 10-0 now. I'm 21 years old, looking to become world champion pretty soon. I'm back in the ring December 7th. Growing up, I started my younger years in St. Louis, learned my foundation of boxing and, being around the greats and the old school legends of St. Louis. And then my older years, I moved to Dallas. That's where I learned the grit, how to fight on the inside, sit down on my punches, fighting Mexican style fighters and, different things like that. Made me a pretty balanced individual. Got the best of both worlds, being able to see how it is living here as a child and a teenager and, living back home the same way. But for the most part, I'm just an up-and-coming prospect in the game looking to be world champion.
That's what's up.
Hey man, you said you grew up around some of the legends. You care to name drop a few of them, or
like Corey Spinks, Devin Alexander, my coach, the legendary Keith Abdul Kawi. He produced over 40 national champions and one world champion, soon to be 2 with me.
I like
Randall
that.
Kennedy. It's a lot of guys, a lot of up and coming guys from St. Louis that you guys might not know, but yeah, it's a lot of guys that I came up with. World champion, former world champion, or they even coached them, or even just national champion, high level amateurs that didn't never made it to the big stage for everyone to know.
So, at what age did you stop boxing?
So I started going to the gym. I remember I was 5 years old. When I started school, I started going to the gym. Competing, I was 10 years old, and from there, it's been boxing ever since. I played every sport. It was mandatory. Boxing was one of the mandatory things. At first, it was just mainly just something I had to learn growing up in St. Louis to know how to fight. I always knew how to fight. I was a kid that fought a lot, so why not box? my dad, he instilled it in us. Me and my cousins and my uncles instilled it in my cousins. It was kind of like a family tradition that his dad instilled in him, and it was kind of like a city thing to where you gonna go to your local boxing gym growing up in St. Louis. So it was just mandatory. We didn't have a choice. Me and my cousins used to have boxing tournaments in the basement, getting beat up. He's crying. I'm the youngest one, getting beat up by everybody. But all that type of stuff is just what helped me mold into the boxer I am today. It's a lot of stuff you look back and laugh on, but I appreciate my dad for giving me those experiences because it made me a well-rounded person.
They gave you that. They put you through the gauntlet. That's what you call character development, right there.
Yeah, character development, 100%.
Facts.
So I see that you. Go ahead, Cam.
Well, I got a question about St. Louis. What do you think goes into making a city like a fighting city? Because I know, man, you talked about Dallas, some of the mentality that's here, our resources and infrastructure, but St. Louis has produced so many world champions and great boxers. What do you think goes into that, the DNA of the city?
I can kind of say the tradition and the grittiness of the city. Honestly, probably just it being so traditional. I mean, to be honest, St. Louis still has a lot of great boxers, but it's died down a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The tradition was for every hood or neighborhood to have their own boxing gym, and then they be on Saturdays and Fridays and box against each other, and it'd be rival neighborhoods that got gang beef and all this type of stuff. But that was just St. Louis tradition. But then on top of this, like you said, they produced so many world champions. So this world champion might have been from this neighborhood, and this kid might be looking up to this guy, and it's a whole group of them, and that's what everybody doing. And it's a tough city, so you want to know how to fight.
Right.
So first of all, I want to congratulate you for breaking top 30 in the super middle weight division. You're ranked 24th in that, and there's some heavy hitters in that division. So as you're climbing up this ladder, what are the tries? And first of all, it's a two-part question. One, I'm looking at pretty much your physique, right? You're 6'3". That's kind of, you're a big super middleweight, right?
Right.
And secondly, how is it climbing up that ladder to get to that top 24? So young, you're only 24, and the future, the horizon is just looking amazing for you. But yeah, to answer those questions, passing it over to you.
I mean, it's something I've been doing my whole life, so day in and day out. 24 might seem like a big deal, and I'm proud of my accomplishments, but I know it's a lot more to come. So I congratulate myself to an extent, but at the same time, I really don't just think of it like how everybody else do. I'm never satisfied. So, for the most part, it's just another accolade, I guess, right now, but I'm looking to capture some type of title. So, I'm just looking to be whoever in front of me, honestly. It's still 23 other people in front of me, so it's not nothing that I'm super excited about, but I'm proud to come from being an amateur, ranked nothing in the pros, all the way to the top 24, because I am getting a recognition that I'm needing to get in these top sanctioning bodies. But I know my time coming soon, and it's definitely a blessing though to be in the top 24, top 25 at just 21 years old. A lot of you guys got 30 fights, 25 fights, world championships, and continental, international fights, and only got 10 fights, and I'm doing great. And I'm not signed to a super big promotional company or anything.
It's something to you still have to have that humbleness to keep moving up that ladder. But I'm telling you, that division is stacked. Like last time we saw, I didn't know who is Trevor McCumbee giving Caleb Plant a fight for his life.
Right.
And he's ranked top. I think he's 10 in that division. And anybody in that top 30 can give the top 5, top 10 a problem. So that's something to respect from casual fan from my side of things. But to you as a young fighter that is climbing up that ladder, something to salute. My follow-up question is, what does it take? You already mentioned having a team, and you know you're doing it. Are you doing it by yourself, or do you have a team with you?
I have a team.
Awesome. So as you have your team with you, what does it take to crack the top 15? Let's say, what
Getting
type of
getting these guys out the way. You know, the more you win in your double digits, the more you're gonna move up. I'm already 10-0, so you know, just to make the statement performances. You know, they're gonna be looking at a guy that's 21 years old, knocking these guys out, especially fighting the right guys. Everybody we send contracts to, you know, a lot of these guys turning down, asking for an outrageous number of money, or you know, it gotta be, or saying stuff like gotta be for some type of title or something. So you know, just getting whoever they put in front of me, just make them look like they're not supposed to be in the ring with me, and that's all it's gonna take. That's all it's gonna take, pretty much. I just got to keep handling business, being patient, staying in the gym. You know, we're gonna be there. It's only 10 spots. I was just 77 in 2022, and I hopped all the way up to 25. So,
Nice.
you know, it's nothing. We're gonna keep doing what we've been doing, winning.
Coming from St. Louis with such a rich boxing tradition, what was it that brought you to Dallas? Was it necessary for you to take the next step in your career, or?
Well, I moved here when I was younger. I lived half of my life here. So,
Okay.
I mean, if you know anything about St. Louis, it's a cap on how far you can go as far as life and living. You know, it's a lot of systemic things that's against people of color that live in the city. So it's not really a city that you're gonna thrive in. And my parents raising a family, you know, I grew up in a 2-parent household, so they didn't see that being me and my brother's future or my sister's future. So, you know, we moved here to get a new start on life and go as far as we could. And we, you know, we did a pretty good job so far. So that's all that was. But moving to Dallas, it was still when I moved here, it was only a few boxers that looked like me. It was mainly all Hispanics at the time, but it was still serious though. So they give you that grit when you walk in the gym and they playing that Spanish music. They all cheering for. It's only you and your dad. It's 50 of them cheering. They got their mama there. They barbecuing. You know what I'm saying? And it just gave you that extra grit as a kid. That's another stage of character development that I went through that made me a boxer who I am today.
Nice.
Right, that I agree. So coming from your foundation in St. Louis, moving to Dallas, how would you describe your current style? Like, you know, you said the Mexican, put your head down, you know, grit, grind, you know, and then the, you know, boxer foundation that you grew up with the tutelage of your mentors. How would you describe your current style right now?
I'm a boxer puncher. I'm a pure boxer. But anybody who's been in the ring or seen me box knows it only takes one if I go ahead and make my mind up. And if I want to mix it up, I can easily. I can fight a whole fight on the inside, being a tall fighter, and beat a shorter fighter or an inside fighter easily at their own game. But everybody that know me, I'm a boxer. I'm a boxer, but I can punch though. So you know, a lot of guys got to be aware.
Yeah. Salute to that.
Yeah, that versatility is key. And one thing I want to ask you, like, you know, as you're training and the sparring, like, how has that been for you to get that work so you can keep ascending, keep climbing these rankings, you know, as you get prepared?
Honestly, it's been sometimes it's challenging because, you know, I'm not just like a good boxer at the weight class. People put in perspective like my size and, you know, different things like that, my accolades. So they're just not in a rush to be like, oh, let's spar this guy. Or people that are, I probably get the best of them and then they don't want to keep sparring. Or they might have seen me spar someone else and then be hesitant. But honestly, we make it work. We get on the road and spar. You know, it's different guys. And like everybody know, Dallas is a big city and Texas is a big state. So it's always sparring coming in and out the city. And, you know, boxing is a small world. So it's nothing to get sparring. If I got to leave and go do a whole training camp somewhere else, I do it. But for the most part, we do everything that we need to do to be ready, you know. And every sparring session don't got to be a A-level chess match, you know, crazy. You know, sometimes you just need a few looks and stuff like that. But sometimes, you know, Cam, it's pretty challenging to get guys to spar me, though.
Right. You know, I don't know if I told you this, but when we were in Florida, we ran into a guy that was in New York with you at the gym.
Oh
And
yeah.
he was like, yeah. I don't want to say his name from Chicago. But he was like, yeah, I want that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he saw you working with the Polish dude, and then he was like, yeah, I may have got around if I'm not mistaken, but my boy Action Jack out of Chicago.
Oh yeah. Shout out to bro, man. That's my bro. Shout out to bro.
Yeah, he's solid. But he was like, nah, I'm straight.
That's more.
Hey, you had mentioned your team earlier. Go ahead and, if you feel comfortable, mention shout them out.
Oh yeah, first, my dad, Kam, worked strength and conditioning with me and helped me with my mobility. So my brother, my security guard, Wayne, man, my immediate family, New Money Camp, and I'm signed to 3 Lions Promotions. Shout out to Coach Eddie. Shout out to Coach Ozell in Little Rock, Arkansas, and shout out to Dewey Cooper in Las Vegas, Nevada. Vince, he helped me with a lot of stuff. Dr. Brennan, guaranteed they make my mouthpieces and everything like that. 2 commas, they keep me in a apparel to throw the weigh-ins in and everything. KJ Henderson, he's a guy who gives me the right supplements and different things like that to help me be able to fight.
That's what's
dope.
up.
That's dope. Question for you: you're still 21. I'm assuming you're still growing too. You're 6'3", you're still growing, right? And I talked to Kam earlier. He said, man, he has a frame on him too. So, do you ever see yourself stepping up? I mean, you're already in the super. You're in the super middle. Do you ever see yourself stepping up into light heavy, cruiser, or even heavyweight to mix it up with them guys?
Not heavyweight, but light heavy for sure. I haven't thought about cruiser yet, but I mean, if I get to that point, of course. But yeah, I got a career ahead of me, and I'm looking to do multiple divisions.
Nice.
So definitely, I'm looking to accomplish everything at 68. It's a pretty deep division, but I feel like I'm better than a lot of the guys in the division. But I still need a lot more development and stuff like that before I get to the top level. So I'm looking to just develop, get the guys that get in front of me out of there, and whenever it's my time and my chance to go for the top spot, I'm gonna go ahead and do it to the full extreme, all the way through. I'm gonna go ahead and capture that world title, unify, then hopefully go undisputed, move up, do the same thing at 75.
Strike when the iron is hot.
Right.
Who are some fighters from yesteryear that you draw inspiration from?
Sugar Ray Leonard, Felix Tito Trinidad, Floyd Mayweather, of course. The list goes on. Thomas Hitman Hearns, Gerald McClellan,
Body
man,
snatch.
so many. Yo, man, it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them.
I was definitely thinking with your frame. I was definitely wondering if Trinidad was going to be one of them.
Yeah, Trinidad. That's I remember, the reason why he became my favorite fighter, because when I was a kid, my dad always told me I fought like him. Yeah.
Okay. I can see some of that. Everybody you mentioned, a little bit of their styles in your game.
Yeah, Roy Jones too. Roy Jones.
Yeah, because I think you're a really good, excellent body puncher.
Yeah, thank you.
And McClellan, I think I love how he finished the body, both sides. I've seen that, but I wanted to go back to like your development, and we've talked about. I was telling Strap about the combat league. Can you? A lot of people still don't know about it, and it's starting to gain popularity. Can you tell us a little bit about the combat league and then your experience in the combat league?
Yeah, definitely. So, Dewey Cooper, who is now the president of TCL, he wasn't the president the first season. So, me and him always had a pretty strong relationship. So I was probably about 13 years old. My dad started taking me to Vegas and being on the scene so I could, train with some higher level people. And pretty much I had a fight March of 2023. I had fought on Triller as a co-main event versus Braden Prescott. Coach had told me about this league that was saying I was going to pay $100,000 and all of this stuff. And then Pretty much, he introduced me to TCL. He was the coach of the Las Vegas Hustle at the time. Las Vegas Hustle, we had a pretty solid team, but the format for TCL is basically a 24-round fight. It's team based, so it's like the NFL, NBA, MLB, something like this. So Las Vegas has a team, Dallas has one, and a few other cities do as well. So basically, at the time, the rules were different than what they're going to be for the third season, because season 2 just ended. They have a third season coming up. Basically, you have 3 guys at each weight class. So it's just the regular weight class, no juniors or supers. So it's 120. At the time, it was 135 through heavyweight. So 135, 147, 160, 75, and heavyweight. And then for the females, it was just 135 or I think 126. And then you will have, your first stream, second stream, third stream. And, it's broken up into, I think if it's not 24, it's 18, something like that. Yeah, it's 18 rounds. Mm-hmm. It's just three, it's 3 sets of 6 rounds, basically. And then you got the money rounds. So the money rounds is just your best guys that you throw in there last. And, it's pretty much like that. They pre-make the matches before it happens. So let's say you got your number 1 guy is injured. They throw their number 2 guy in there. You can throw whether your number 1 or 2, then come back around. His number 2 could fight his number 3, So it's different. But you can only fight up to 2 times. Well, actually, you can fight up to 3 times if you in a money round. But in one fight, you can only fight up to twice. So you might fight in the 3rd round, and you might come back in the 17th and fight again. So that's how it works pretty much.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
Yep, but the first season it was salary based, so he was getting paid. Some guys was not even fighting, and they was just getting paid like crazy for $4,500 every 2 weeks and stuff like that. $6,250 a week, bi-weekly. It was crazy money. But this last season, the money had went down, and it was per fight, so you had to fight to get paid.
Gotcha. Now I'm all about the development of fighters and getting opportunities to showcase, and I know you get a lot of good sparring in that too, but because you see guys from different levels,
definitely
on this thing.
Yeah, I had fought former world champion. I was the only fighter who ever finished undefeated. I went 14-0. Wow. Out of everybody in the whole season, I'm the only one. Like every boxer in the whole TCL. And I came back this year and I got disqualified. I came back after I said I wasn't gonna fight. So it kind of messed my record up. But it don't go on your real boxing record, so I wasn't tripping. But the reason when I'm the only boxer, and it was so competitive. I fought a guy named Arnold who fought for a WBC World Championship against David Benavidez. I fought a lot of experienced guys. I was only 19 years old fighting these guys until I turned 20 because the season started before my birthday. My birthday, April 29th, it started in March. So I was still pretty young fighting guys, 34, 25, 27. Beating them and boxing them pretty easy, even dropping some guys and, getting some guys out of there.
That's awesome.
Legit.
Nice. Yeah, keep an eye on that Team Combat League.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's pretty exciting.
So S3, I have a question for you here. So we know fighting is really not just a talent sport. It's also a popularity contest nowadays to get to where you need to get to for these big mega fights, right? So how are you taking advantage of, first of all, social media and you being of this generation? How, is it a very you're a native of the internet? Like how is it trying to galvanize eyeballs using this social media thing as a fighter in 2024?
To me, I did a pretty good job because I never had anyone help me with my social media, and I'm monetized on pretty much every platform that I mainly use. So, you just got to be creative, honestly, and find something that fits you, that's in your niche, and, just stay consistent. A lot of my biggest opportunities that came through me posting a certain video at a certain time and the right person is seeing it, or someone, even down to the little things, like somebody might follow you on Instagram and say, here, you come in for this free service or this, or hey, here, well, I'll give you this free service in exchange for you making videos for my business and stuff like that. So that's where they come in play. And then, it could be a bad thing too, because on a lower level coming up, a lot of guys see like, oh, this guy has 20,000 Instagram followers and he's got all these viral videos and beating these guys, and they like, oh, I'm not fighting him. Or give me crazy amount of thousands to fight this guy, or $1 million or something like that.
Yeah. So it's a blessing and a curse in its own right, to say the least.
Right.
Well,
You got to play the game to win, though. Shit.
yeah, you have to. It's one of those.
Facts.
I've seen fighters really, use social media to get themselves to like getting ranked. Like I remember Ryan Garcia was never really in the ranking. He was a fighter who did great in the amateurs, and as a pro, that social media thing just catapulted him to a level where, Golden Boy at that time brought him in, and then he started to get the big fights. Earlier on in his career, he was like 13 fights in, he was on the big stage. So yeah, that social media is something, man. It's something.
It's a galvanizer.
It opens a lot of doors for a lot of great opportunities.
Yeah, it is something.
Let me ask you this: what are some of your interests outside of the sport?
I'm interested in starting. I'm looking to, start like doing films, short films and stuff like that. I haven't got a chance to just sit down and do everything, but after my fight that I got coming up now, I'm looking to, start on doing short films. I mean, giving back to the community, giving young people an outlet for positivity, and just being that person that show people that look like me, like you can still be cool and you don't have to do the same cliche or trying to do the same thing that you've seen a lot of other people fail in, and you looking for different results, doing the same dumb stuff, thinking whenever it's your turn to do these things that, nothing bad gonna happen to you. But I mean, if you keep doing those bad things, it's gonna happen. Well, instead of doing that, well, box or do something positive, anything. You don't gotta even box, do something more productive. Just because, you look like me, you don't gotta be a thug or in the streets, or you don't gotta be a rapper talking about all this crazy stuff, down in the community, talking bad about women and all that type of stuff. So that's mainly my thing, just to show people like it's more to life than just the stuff that they portray us as in the media. And I'm looking forward to start shooting films and stuff like that, because that's a passion that I never really got into. I'm also into fashion as well, but in thrifting and stuff like that.
Nice.
So
you got a producer on the set right here.
Oh yeah.
this guy right here. This guy right
Yeah,
here.
he being
Yeah.
bashful. Yeah, he being bashful. He got You got to connect right there.
Okay.
So you did mention that you have a fight coming up. What dates are those fights?
December 7th.
December
Social
7th.
Canada. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And if you have a flyer, we can post it on our social media. Feel free to share it with us. We'll put it out there. Where is it going to be held?
Nova Scotia, Canada.
Oh wow, Nova Scotia. Nice. Last time I heard of Nova Scotia was The Rock. That's where his pops is from, right? Nova Scotia, I believe. Yeah,
Is
The
it?
Rock. Yeah, The Rock. His pops.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, his pops was from Canada. He's Canadian black. Yeah, Danny.
Really?
Like-
Oh, he,
Oh yeah, I watched the sitcom. Oh, it's sitcom or like his little life story thing. His pops was from Nova Scotia, and he was a tag team partner with Junkyard Dog.
you gotta take his word for it on that one.
I don't know, it's just random facts. I heard Nova Scotia, and I was like, The Rock Johnson. Never mind. Another thing I wanted to ask. So talking about St. Louis, and you like to give back. Man, I feel like, I know right now you're a Dallas native, based or Dallas, how they call it, implant. I don't know how
Transplant.
Yeah,
Okay.
transplant.
Transplant. But talking about St. Louis, St. Louis has some interesting talent. I believe Tyrone Woodley is from there. Am I wrong? Tyrone Woodley from St. Louis, MMA champ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever crossed paths with any other fighters like from St. Louis? Like
The boxing legend is not Tyrone Woodley, no.
not Tyrone Woodley.
No, not him. But
ironically enough, I actually seen Don King eating at this breakfast spot in St. Louis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we still want to cross paths with Don King?
Nah, man, it's crazy. Don King tried to send me a contract this summer. It was crazy. It was like a contract like from where he was trying to hit Mike Tyson and went back in the 80s. Like I was gonna fall for that.
Oh man. Then he put on Adrian Broner's last promotion.
Right.
Yeah, he did.
When he
paid
fought
him
his
good.
southpaw.
Fair.
But this dude, man, this dude was trying to give me some crazy money, but it was like, man, it was stuff in the contract. Man, it was so crazy. Hey, you can't wear. It's a $2,500 fine if you get caught wearing any logo without asking me upon arriving to this place, this type of training facility. If you don't be here at this time, it's a $5,000 fine. Automatic 3 to 5 year extension if you get this belt or ranked in this sanctioning body. I'm like, man, come on, bro. It's crazy.
Bro, he had you in a 360.
Yeah, that's not how boxing is. It was like, yeah, if you gave somebody a 360 deal for $1 million or something like that, this is exactly how it was.
Yeah, that's that
He
shit.
treating you like Roger Goodell.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I know.
That's crazy.
So you got the Canadian connection.
Yeah, I'm
with your
trying to
promotion.
3 Lines Promotions.
Yeah.
We just signed. We haven't had our
Promotion.
first fight. Yeah. This is gonna be my first fight with them. I'm fighting on the undercard of Ryan Riziki for he fighting for the WBC Cruiserweight World Title. It's gonna be in front of 5,000 people. I just been low key about the fight because the little stuff happened with the last fight. So I've been chilling. I ain't been trying to make too much noise. Next time they see me fight, they will see me stand in front of somebody and weigh in. And I'm gonna handle business and come back, and we're gonna keep going from there.
So we wanted to hit on what did happen. If anyone that doesn't know, what happened before your last scheduled fight that you had.
Yeah. So basically, I had a pretty big fight planned. It was in the workings behind the scenes for a few months. I was fighting for the WBC Youth World Title, which is a world title for 23-year-olds and younger in the WBC. But it rank you for the regular belt, it rank you 15. So I'll be in the top 15 for. And Canelo undisputed at 68. I'll be 14 spots behind him. If I would have fought, the fight was scheduled for October 30th. But basically, everything was cool with me. So I ended up leaving later than I was supposed to. I was supposed to leave Monday. They ended up saying I was going to leave Wednesday. I went to the airport Wednesday. We was on the cheap airline. We got to the gate. They saying, well, you can't get on the plane. It's too late. So we ended up having to leave Thursday, which is the day before weigh-in. Knowing the day before weigh-in means what? I'm already on weight. So I'm already on weight. And they got me flying from New York. From New York, I'm going to fly to Toronto. So regular the whole day. Kind of tired because I woke up at 4 a.m. I'm on a plane, everything is fine. Then I wake up, I get a weird feeling, sweating super hard, chest, head hurting, stomach hurting, and I'm like, man, give me something wrong with me. Basically, they ended up landing the plane. 15 minutes later, we was already landed, so it was the change of air pressure that was messing with me from them landing the plane because I was already so low in weight. I was pretty messed up. I mean, I wasn't like nothing like they didn't prescribe me or diagnose me with anything, but how I was feeling was pretty terrible. And it was just because I flew there too late. So when I got in the ambulance, they rushed me straight from the plane to the hospital, off the plane. They thought I was having a heart attack because of my heart rate, and they wasn't cardiologists, so they couldn't tell what was going on. And the other people who got to me in the ER was saying the same thing, so it sounded pretty scary. They were saying I had a STEMI, which is like a heart attack basically. But the cardiologist ended up proving me. I stayed there the night. They said everything was good. The only thing that it was that I got a thicker heart than most people because I've been boxing longer than, most people have been doing anything active. I've been boxing since I was a little kid, so I have irregular EKG and stuff like that. So nothing wrong with me. I should be good to go. I can go back to working out, go back to boxing. The blessing of having a promotional company, one thing fall through, the next thing, gonna come through. The guy, he was on Instagram making it seem like I pulled out the fight because I was scared and all of this stuff. But what can I do if I'm not medically cleared to fight? And if I'm in the hospital the day before weigh-in and they filling me up with IV and I'm in New York and the fight is in Toronto the next day, it's nothing I can do at all. So it was a lot of ridicule, hate, and stuff like that. But, I'm not the type of person to let that stuff get to me. I had a lot of people in the comments, and you could obviously, if anyone seen the video of me in the hospital, I got things hooked up all to my chest and body. I don't think you could just go in the hospital and ask them to hook that stuff up to you for a video. So,
Right.
That was that. I would just move forward. My promotional company tried to get the guy to fight. He didn't want to fight. He moved on to fight somebody that was a lot easier. I don't know when he fought, but he on a later date. And they said, well, we're gonna go to the next option, December 7th. And I'm back in action December 7th. And that's all that was. It wasn't nothing crazy. Only thing different this time, we'll just be there a few days ahead, and that's all, And it's nothing irregular. I heard other fighters told me they had the same thing happen and them flying the weigh-ins too late. Boxers go through a lot. I don't have a hard time making a weight or anything like that. But making weight is making weight. So your body is not going to be at this match. Energy and everything like that. That doesn't mean that you should go up a weight class or that you can't fight at the weight. It just means like you just got to be prepared for those type of things. I live a pretty healthy lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I never drunk, smoke, or anything like that. Or outside of camp, I don't do those things. So I take good care of my body. I take vitamin supplements and things like that. Nothing was wrong with me, but just pretty much the levels of my EKG and things like that to the people in the ambulance and the people in the heart attack. So I didn't get the fight. That's all that happened.
So it sounds like they just took the extra precaution to make sure you were safe and all
yeah,
that.
So they made me stay a night and ran some tests on me. That's all that happened.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Well, we glad that you're back healthy and ready for the next fight.
Yeah. Your health come first, man. You have a long time, to get these fights going, but the health has to be the number one thing. So I would even, people in the comments trying to stir up stuff, man. They don't even matter, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Healthy. So, who are you fighting December 7th?
It's a guy, he's undefeated as well. That's tough, but honestly, I really don't want to say because just because of what happened last fight, I don't want to, mess up anything. And, my promotional company haven't put the flyer out. That's the only reason why I haven't announced the fight yet or anything like that, because like I said, a lot of guys are turning the fight down, and anything can happen. I could say this guy today, and tomorrow they could be calling saying the guy didn't want to fight because just a few days ago I had a different opponent. A lot of guys act like they want to fight and stuff like that, but then it's whatever. I was actually supposed to fight the same guy I was gonna fight October 30th, and then he didn't want to fight. So we hit one of his teammates up. He didn't want to fight. So we went through a lot of dudes, and I'm ready to fight all of these dudes. And I honestly, if I knew all their names, I'd say them. But I'm just focused on me, and I'm gonna get whoever they put in front of me. I'm gonna beat them.
Get them out of here. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
about.
Yeah, that's a fighter.
Salute.
How can everybody support you? Handles, Instagram handles, social media.
Yeah, man. My Instagram is at Samuel Arnold III. My TikTok is at Samuel Arnold LLL. I'm pretty big on both of those. I got a YouTube channel. I gotta get a little more consistent. I got about 500 subscribers. Got a few videos. Y'all can check out my last fight on there. Check out a few of my little vlogs and stuff like that. But I don't have Twitter. I might have a Facebook fan page, but I'm not sure because I don't like Facebook or Twitter. So Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, check me out. Stream my fights. Check out some of my reels. I do little question reels, boxing trivia
Mhm.
that a lot of people interact with. I got over 200. I mean, I got over 2.8 million profile reaches every 30 days from those videos. So, I got a pretty solid fan base, and a lot of people hit me up and tell me I inspired them behind the scenes. And I also see a lot of people with bigger platforms steal my same
Yeah.
videos that I sat there and thought about for 15 minutes. But it's all good though.
Hey, it's the
It
biggest form of
just showed me
flattery right
that.
there.
Yeah, it just
Right.
showed me that big people were watching, and a lot of
Yeah.
super famous people that interacted with my videos, like Chance the Rap. Man, there's been so many big, like, the list goes on, but I'm not the type of person that just want to name drop. So it's like a lot of big celebrities, boxers and different people that commented and interacted with my videos, and it was just an idea that I came up with to reach more, just to do something positive in the boxing community, just to have boxing talk, like asking different questions and stuff. Because mainly when you talk to boxing, or if it's any type of boxing debate, it's about, it gets personal. People get to talking
Mhm.
about each other race and things like
Right.
that. So, my platform is not for that. It's just for people to be like, state their opinions and just have fun, or even educate you more about boxing that you didn't know. You could read a comment that could educate you about a fighter. So, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. That's where you can find me. Just continue to follow my journey. I'm looking to be world champion in the next 24 months. Yeah.
Ooh,
That's what's
I
up.
like that. I like that. Well, talking about,
Call your shot.
thank you first of all for joining our show today, and reaching out to our audience, and just sharing with us your story, your background. I'm very I'm now more enlightened about the type of fighter that you are. I'll be following for that fight. If you get everything sorted out, just share your flyer with us, or your pay-per-view will be I'll share that on my social media, and I'll be there and I'll watch your fight. And I don't know, LT, will you be?
I'm invested.
I
Yeah,
appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah, I love that weight class anyway. So
yeah, it's a fire ass fight. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna transition to a little bit of, like you said, boxing chat, and because we didn't have too many fights that were premiere this weekend. So if you want to stick around, feel free to stick around. But if you have other things to do, it's fair enough, man. You've given us prime time. So hey,
Yes, sir. I'm gonna stick around for a few questions real quick.
yeah.
bet them up.
So we're about to now go into our other half of the show and talk about a few topics. So let's switch the display for now. Let's have it like that. So our first topic today. Oh, are we there? Hello.
Got blanked on us.
Yeah, we blanked on you. Don't worry. So good. We'll get back. It's just stop our camera. But us, we are trying to get back. Word on the streets.
That's
let me fix this. Let me fix this camera. But word on the streets is, what does it look like seeing Jake Paul versus a Berlanga fight? Because right now we're looking for the best match for because hold on. Well, can you take lead, Cam, while we?
Yeah, I got you. So the chatter, everybody wants, like I like to say with Canelo, payday.
Yeah.
So you got Berlanga calling him out. I saw today on Twitter, Rampage Jackson had something to say about it. Arthur Better BF has said something about it, but the one that seems to have a little bit of wheels to it is the Jake Paul and Edgar Berlanga, who just fought Canelo, received a huge payday. So I think my guy's just finessing his way into getting the biggest payday, which, as fighters, this is what you look for. But, I'm kind of over it with the Jake Paul thing, but I got respect for him. But hey, man, it is what it is.
He's a cash cow, man. I know boxing purists may not want to even put him next to the word boxing, but everybody's in his DMs. I heard that Daniel Dubois.
Yeah, Dubois was in there.
I think I could give you a chance. Direct skip over the mandatory and come get a chance for this heavyweight title. I heard Better Beef. Beef wants in. So I don't know, man. The real boxers are coming in. So it's interesting to see how much everyone wants part of that bag, for lack of a better word.
Saying why do you think these guys are clamoring at the opportunity to get in the ring with Jake Paul?
Because Jake Paul making a lot more money, a lot more popularity. They probably just feel like he skipped a lot of levels, and all the things that he receiving probably got a little privilege with it. That's I feel like that's the main thing. And then a lot of people probably mad about them praising him for beating a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. These guys fighting contenders that people don't want to see them fight, that are young, dangerous boxers, active, and they get hate for that. But he gets all the praise in the world, and people pay millions of dollars and sell out and all of this just to see him fight a almost 60-year-old man. So that could riddle a lot of feathers, especially these guys putting their life on the line, 50-50 championship fights, and they've been boxing since they were 5-10 years old, and cutting weight and getting knocked out in sparring, still getting up and finishing training camp and stuff like that. So, I can understand what they're saying, but to me, honestly, I don't look at Jake Paul like a real boxer. I don't take it serious, or I don't get offended. Everybody got to have their way of making money. I love to fight Jake Paul too, and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll beat him easy, but a lot of boxers will. But is he gonna fight any of us? No. But do that make me hate on him or be envious? No, everybody got their own lane, Just gotta just stay in your lane, go as far as you can, and just know boxing not a sport that has any type of body over like FIFA or the NFL or something. So there's really no rules to this stuff. They just sanctioned a men's 2-minute 8-round fight as the main event over a world title fight. They just show you boxing is a corrupt sport. So you just got to do what you fit. A lot of these guys go fight some other YouTubers and make you some money. You know what I'm saying? Build your YouTube channel up and, become a YouTube boxer, something like that. But, I feel like a lot of boxers are genuinely like hating on him. But, I mean, I can see why they are mad after him beating Mike Tyson with a knee brace on and stuff like that.
Yeah, I knew it was over when he was walking out with that knee brace and he almost tripped. I was like,
oh man, he stumbled out the gate.
He stumbled out.
Bad omen.
I said that when he did that too. I'm like, that's not a good sign.
First of all, he stepped out not like the old Mike. Mike had like a whole entourage when he stepped out back in the day. He had like rappers or whatever. This time he was dolo.
Well, real quick, Jake Paul's promotion put out a tweet today talking about addressing the rumors of a rigged fight and how rigging a professional boxing fight is a federal crime. They stated the statute and everything in the press release and all that. But, just to add to that, it was a real boxing match. Mike Tyson now has a loss on his box rec from Jake Paul, which is just, to me, mind-boggling.
He should be ashamed of himself for the loss on his record.
What's crazy is that loss is a drop in the ocean. This dude got 50 wins, and that was the 7th or 8th loss?
7th.
7th, come on, man. That's nothing.
Yeah, but...
You don't even care about that record anymore. He has lost his career, man.
Yeah, he said he called him garbage. Garbage. These belts.
That Mike Tyson 20 mil is looking good in his bank account. It's like, what? Talking about his record.
All right.
Look.
Okay. This one is interesting because I talked to Kam Gee about this, but when Ben fought the beginning of the year. And he fought.
He fought early this year. So I don't know what we missed, but recently his suspension was lifted.
Yeah.
We dropping like flies out here.
No, I'm on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, my thing with Conor Ben is like, hey man, we want to, he came in the ring and call out Eubanks. I see the UK fighters and I just really see him in action at the end of the day. He tried to call out Eubank. He's trying to get on that world stage at the welterweight division. So to me, his suspension being lifted doesn't really move the needle for me either way. Ultimately, you gotta get in the ring and make something happen. So he does look the part, but we gotta see it.
Honestly, I'm not saying Conor Ben is a bad fighter, but Conor Ben only has fought people that they molded him that's made for him. Like he only beat
That's
guys
the UK
guys
style.
already beat, like Samuel Vargas, who already been stopped by Earl Spence years ago and stopped by Virgil Ortiz and a few other guys.
He fought
Chris
Algieri.
Algieri. He fought when the last time Chris Algieri fought. He announced it now. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing that he accomplished. He really pretty much still on the level of a prospect. He haven't fought any real resistance or he haven't accomplished anything. The only thing he accomplished is having his dad's last name and fighting in front of a big crowd and being signed to Matchroom. On the level of competition like Boots and all these other guys, they really testing themselves. Fighting guys like Villa and all these other guys y'all might not know, like Sergey Lipinets and stuff. Like these are real test former world champions and stuff. These guys he's fighting are just C-level guys that's just standing there or just coming there to get a check. They're not even coming to win. So, and then I don't respect no boxer that cheats, because it's already a dangerous sport enough. You a grown man who's trained to pretty much do the same thing for 12 weeks, and then you go in there and take an enhancement. That's dangerous. It's already 8-ounce gloves and 10-ounce gloves. That's dangerous stuff.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, he said that very well. Like he really don't have. The names that he has, he met them on the other side of the mountain when they're kind of done with their career, and also with that, I feel like he's also, I don't know, he's an interesting. I mean, I do still want to see him versus a Eubank Jr. because they're from the same part of the world. But
that seemed like legitimate beef though. Like they legit don't like each other. So that's that always makes a fight enticing. But as far as him as a fighter, like I said, it doesn't really move the needle for me. He popped dirty, suspension was lifted. At the end of the day, you gotta get in the ring and make some shake.
Definitely. Well, hey, 1 second, y'all. My phone about to die. And I appreciate y'all for having me on too.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Do your thing, man. Appreciate you.
All right, y'all.
All right, be easy.
Yeah, like what S3 said was very, very important. He said he's not really fought nobody for real. I mean, he fought names of the past, but
I gotta see it.
Yeah, you gotta see it. Yeah, like with
I would have skipped this. I would have skipped right over there.
So he been fighting the suspension for what, 2 years?
2 years,
or more.
So he just want to get his name. He just want to get his name clean.
Yeah.
Well, but boxing is dirty. I don't know.
Maintains his innocence.
Is he with Snack? I don't think he with Snack, but we gotta watch out with Snack, man.
Hey, that man, the Snack guy's in charge of a lot of Olympic golds, so he's a legend.
Oh yeah, he a legend in them streets, boy. That boy like Nino Brown out here.
We made our 90s fun watching baseball, so say the least.
Hey,
keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing. Ooh, this one here. It's a little messy, but let's talk about it.
Clarissa.
The GOAT is fighting everybody online.
Oh,
yo, LT, come on, man.
The names just keep going by. No, it is Clarissa versus everybody. That's inappropriate.
Yeah, but it's the Michigan tie. Like, I like how you did that.
Yeah. That was
it. I like that. Clever.
Clarissa, first of all, I don't want to put you under the bus, but Cam, I have to say, you did say something fire. You said nobody gives you that. You don't give yourself the GOAT. It's people that give you that title.
Yeah, the same with nicknames.
Yeah, you don't give yourself like. LL Cool J did that though. I remember when back I was a bit younger. He had that album GOAT, right? I think he came up with the whole acronym at that time. But anyways, he was the one that named himself GOAT. But Clarissa is out here, you know, in the internet streets catching bodies. First of all, he started with Amanda Serrano and the whole Cameron thing and biggest fight.
Oh man.
To Cyborg to she's not letting up. She's active online.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, that's her brand. It's the plus and the negative.
She don't miss anything.
Oh, we got you again.
She don't miss anything. Yeah, it's got a little cam link here, you know, kind of acting funny.
When
but
we'll said messy is it? I mean,
put some duct tape on that thing.
We need to do that. Like, yeah, like she needs to. I really do believe like she's a dope fighter, but she needs to really focus on, man, sometimes ignoring stuff and not really biting on everything that is online, because it really I noticed that really bothers her, like the whole people just saying anything and I don't think it's like a fragile ego, but let the, you know, like, you know, when Nas said let the great veterans live, like Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor they did something great for women's sports, not just boxing, women's sports. Why come in and you know do the Kanye West, but it's not Beyonce, you know, like that whole thing. I just didn't get it.
It doesn't endear people to your cause.
Like,
and I think it takes away from her greatness. Because, you know, we're at a point in her career where we're not getting multiple fights a year. I think we would like to, but her last fight, I believe, was at 175.
Right. But
you know, when you you're hopping in Cameron's DMs, you're talking about you had the highest viewed women's fight. You're like trying to set the record straight, and it really does. I don't think it really endears people to your cause. Like, you're an Olympian, you're a world champion at multiple divisions. As boxing fans, we will respect that and give you your due. But when you come out like this, it just makes people kind of like,
yeah,
you know, it's just like, oh man.
Background, and so I don't think she knows she's royalty, but she doesn't carry herself as royalty. You know?
Yeah, she don't need to do none of this.
I hate to say it,
and we love
all of this.
Yeah. It's all from love. It's like your family. We talking to family right now. Like, you got it, girl. Chill out.
All of this is beneath you. You don't have to. But she enjoys it. You know. So.
And you know, like, you know, they always say a candle loses nothing from lighting another candle. Like, these other two women are arguably one of the greatest in the sport. Just off records. Male women, Amanda Serrano is. I said something wrong the last episode. I said Olympic, but I meant to say Guinness Book of World Records. She's held belts in 7 divisions. I think she holds that right now in the Guinness Book of World Records. That's
50 fights too. 50 fights.
That's a Hall of Famer in boxing. Period. Not women, not men. Hall of Famer. Katie Taylor, her body of work is out there. She's a great fighter.
I think that was her 19th world title fight.
Yeah. So like
recently,
when you see that and you're not intimidated, but I love the competitive nature. But come on now. Yeah, we have to.
Hey, you know how it is when you scoring on each other, and you know you feel like you touch somebody's nerve. What you gonna do? You gonna go right back to it. You know,
and you know, not to sing out Clarissa. Even dude fighters do that. I know.
Yeah, but when you touch that nerve, you gonna
fight was the biggest. I'm like, ESPN is free. Like, remember the one, was it ESPN fight? The Shakur Stevenson, when he went online and said his fight was the most viewed fight in how many?
Oh
Not a
yeah,
pay-per-view fight. I'm like, duh. It was on I forgot what station it was on. I feel like,
but yeah, ESPN top rank. But you know,
yeah.
we love we love Clarissa, multiple division champion, Olympian,
Olympian.
Flint's own. You know, much respect. But
Has a movie.
yeah, I think LT said it best. All this other stuff is beneath her. She is a queen in this game, and much respect to her. And the boxing folklore will include her name.
But okay. Now I'm gonna get to the point where I have to contradict myself. I do like that she's getting at Chris Cyborg. And salute to Chris. Because the thing is, she's a PFL signed fighter, so that makes it interesting if it's leading to something.
Cyborg says she's open to open weight. She last fought at 145. Yeah. Clarissa is what, 170.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And I like it, the back and forth. It's a back and forth. It's not like a one-sided Clarissa is bullying. Cyborg is doing the memes, calling her the duck queen or something, duck.
Yeah, like she changed her profile picture to a duck with Clarissa shield on it.
They both have pedigree. You know, they both have in their own sports. Like Cyborg is not a slouch in the MMA world. Like, she's a legend. And then, you know, Miss Shields, you know what she does in boxing. So I like that. But I don't know if it goes the other way because they're talking about each other's, you know, weight. And I'm reading comments, people making fun of supposedly Chris Cyborg's gender. I don't like that from the fans. Like, when you have a fan base like Carissa Shields has, she has an army of people in the comments. And you know who's biggest? Her biggest defender is Darrell. I don't know if it's not Anthony Darrell. Andre Darrell is her biggest supporter. He's in them comments firing at people.
Michigan, right? Flint, right?
All stand together, so that's funny. And then the last one, man, we don't even have to talk too much about it, but I knew this was going to happen. But in the Twitter streets, Floyd Schofield wants some of that Shakur Stevenson. Finally, right now, they're looking for who's going to fight him next. He's not fought in a bit. In his last showcase, you remember we talked about it. There's nothing to write home about too much. But
well, Mr. Schofield, we gotta get Shakur off of a hand injury,
right?
To get back in the ring, and Schofield may be barking up the wrong tree right now.
You don't think he's ready?
I think he's kind of one of those. He gave me, and I don't want to disrespect Sean Porter, but I feel like he's gonna be a guy that's gonna show up ready to fight, and he's gonna make a tough fight every fight that he has against the upper echelon in the division. Now, if he comes out with the victory, that's, you know, they have to get in the ring to decide that. But I do like that he's going to work. He's going to come on. He's going to put on an entertaining event. And for me, I'm always going to root for guys like that. So the fact that he's even calling out a Shakur or whoever he's trying to do to get a fight made, he's doing a lot of self-promotion, which is necessary in this game. So I feel whoever he does fight, it'll be a show.
I feel he is the right fighter to unlock Shakur Stevenson. He's, like you said, not necessarily like Sean Porter. He could knock you out. Schofield, we saw him from his last fight. He's something different. Like, they've been throwing boxes at Shakur Stevenson, so he's been having to box and, you know, do the whole people are bored watching him fight. If you bring somebody who is going to do like a Sean Porter, just, you know, pressure, you know, push him around, you know, give him a hard time. Let's see what your counter is like. You're a good defensive fighter, but you move good. But what's after that movement? What's your counter punching? How are you going to move at a guy who's putting pressure at you full force? I think he may be the fighter to unlock Shakur, because I've been waiting to see him unlock, because I believe Shakur Stevenson is one of the most talented fighters of this generation, but we've not seen anyone unlock that talent.
At this point in history, I like the matchup, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's going to tell us a lot about both of them.
Right. Yep.
You know, with that pressure that he bring, is Shakur's, would he have enough pop with a surgically repaired hand to inflict any damage to keep him back? We've seen a little bit of susceptibility in the last fight because he was put down.
Yeah.
So, like LT said, I do think it's something there.
Yeah, something there. I definitely would want to see that type of fighter, or a Pitbull Cruz. Pitbull Cruz has been having a little bit of hard time here and there. I want to see a fighter like Pitbull who's going to give you a whole different look. Get in there with a Shakur Stevenson. I want Shakur to fight boxing guys. I want him to fight one of those mix up. Get you a guy who could mix up. Get you a guy who could.
Yeah, that might not be a fight for Pitbull. We saw how Valenzuela was able to box, and
he's kind of on the other side right now. But
after that last performance. But I get what you're saying. I mean, we're gonna see, man. Kid Austin.
Yeah.
Got something on him.
Kid Austin. I'm not seeing too much of Kid Austin.
We talking about Schofield? Ain't that his nickname?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Schofield. But I'm not seeing so much of Schofield besides the last fight. So I definitely would want to see more looks. I mean, yes, from the last fight, pressure, good fighter, but yeah, Shakur, I don't know. We would want to see how that would look with Shakur with that style of fighter. So.
We talking about a 2025 setup.
Yeah, I got a few different rabbit holes on this one. Say that for a different episode.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, it's been another, and this was a special one. This was a Thanksgiving special episode where we brought you a fighter too. We had a fighter spotlight.
Hey, just on a recap for the heck of it, I did watch the Top Rank promotion. It was in Mexico. Was it 3 out of the 4 bouts were draws?
Wow.
3 out of the 4 bouts on the card were draws.
Wait, this past weekend?
Last weekend.
I think it was like Friday.
There's a couple of top.
Oh, that is the worst.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But they were all entertaining. All of them very entertaining. Okay. Did not let down. Just like this episode, they had technical difficulties, but
hey,
had to roll with it.
Show must go on.
So
thank you, ESPN. Yeah. So if you want to rewind that back, it's worth watching, but
3 draws.
Don't be too invested in the outcomes.
Yo, it's been a lot of draws lately, man. Dude, you start putting money on some draws, like on some
parlay. I don't know. I mean, you may win if you could. I mean, because they're so rare. Like, hey,
you might come up.
You may come up. Yeah.
I got a plug. Shout out my boy Chuck.
Yeah. On that note, we've hit the hour mark and some change. It's been another great episode of Who's Fighting. LT Kam Gee. Hey, who is fighting?
Who's fighting?
Hey.